I love you. Welcome back to the Couch Potatoes. I am the Green Traveler from Gorsh.
And I am the Faceless Leon. This is Green and Faceless.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I'm not sure either, but it was good. And this is Green and Faceless on the Couch.
Green.
It's a podcast about movies and TV.
Hell yeah. Today, it's about TV. Nope, it's about movies.
It's about movies.
It's about
a sequel
Knives
smash.
Out. Yeah, it's a sequel smash. It's exciting. It's the great mystery thrillers from Rian Johnson. But before we can talk those, before we can talk Knives Out and Glass Onion, we have to talk what kept Rian Johnson from doing Knives Out. Because he had this idea way back in like 2005.
Oh, really?
And yeah, he Rian Johnson's had he's got the filmography I know is very short. There might be more out there, but there's Brick, which is a pretty fun little I think it's like an almost neo-noir-ish mystery starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I believe.
That's what I thought, yeah.
I don't remember much about it. I watched it when I was young, but I remember it was interesting enough that it hooked me on Rian Johnson, that I was like, I want to know what else this guy does. And then we watched this movie together called The Brothers Bloom.
Oh, yeah.
Which
I love
was
that movie.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
We loved it. Yeah, we were both like, this is great. It had us hooked.
I bought that movie at Blockbuster when I was in high school. So there's this Blockbuster that was going, obviously slowly going out of business. And it was near where my brother had this tutoring session, and I would drive him, and then there was nothing else to do but go to this Blockbuster, I swear. So I spent quite a lot of money at this Blockbuster buying old rentable DVDs.
Yeah, I did that too with, I think I bought almost all of Lost, the TV show Lost, at a Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Or at some movie rental that was going out of business. I don't think it was a Blockbuster, actually. I think it might have been a Family Video that was going out of business in my town.
Nice. I think I did that with the Stargate season, and then my mom was like, hey, I really like this show too. I'm going to get you all the box sets.
Yeah. I got the guy very mad because I had him in a logical statement. Their for sale sign and everything. It had something about, I don't remember the exact wording of it, but it was basically like per DVD was supposed to be $2. Like each one was going to be $2. But right. I brought him, and you know, back in the day, they didn't sell a full season on one. You know, you had to buy the individual disc from the Blockbuster or the movie rental area. And I brought him the whole season and everything. He's like, all right, that's $20. I'm like, no, it's $2. And he's like, no, it's $20. And I explained the wording of his sign and how it was confusing. Yeah. And I just kept prattling on and on until he's like, dude, I don't even fucking care. You can have it for $2. Like, I'm, like
this place is going to close in 3 months. I don't
he's
care.
Like, I'm not the owner. I'm just going to lose my job in 2 weeks. Like, I literally just got to the point where I just, like, talked him down and he was like, fuck it, dude. Like, just take it. Like,
I'm pretty
who's
sure
gonna care?
That my Harry Potter DVD collection, there's one that stands out. The Half-Blood Prince. It's from Blockbuster.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, that's lost for me. Is like you see season 1 and like 3 through 6 are great, and then season 2 is just a bunch of individual discs. But yeah, Brothers Bloom, wonderful movie. Subverted expectations. That's what Rian Johnson started to become known for, was subverting expectations.
It's got the Ruffalo Buffalo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot that was Mark Ruffalo.
And Andrew Brody.
Who else was... Oh, Adrian Brody, that's right.
And I think... Yeah. Was it Rachel Weisz? No.
It might have been.
Might have been.
That sounds right. I know Adrian... You're right about Adrian Brody, because I was like, I could picture them, but I couldn't remember who. I was just like, long nose and skinny face. I can't remember, though. But, yeah, Brothers Bloom was interesting. Definitely solidified Rian Johnson as a name I wanted to check out. Because, like, he hadn't super impressed me. I wasn't, like, in love with his films, but I did really enjoy how he told stories. And then Looper came out, and everybody loved Looper. Bruce Willis, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. crazy time travel. People were blown away. I'm very particular when it comes to time travel. Doctor Who can get around a lot of my nitpicks because I just love Doctor Who. It's a niche thing. Yeah, it's worked into my blood. I'm going to give it every excuse I possibly can. But when it comes to other things, if you're going to do time travel, I want it to make sense according to my rules because that's the only way it can make sense. And in Looper, there's this guy who, you know, it's like they send assassins back from the future to kill them, like kill people in the past, kind of a thing.
Right.
And or vice versa, something like that. But this guy comes from the future. He's in the past, and he's running away from the bad guys in the past.
Right.
And so the bad guys capture his past self and cut off his feet. And the future guy, his feet disappear. And he was driving a car, so then he crashes and everything. So it's not good. That bothers me. Because if you cut the guy's feet off in the past, if you cut the past version of him off, future version would either cease to exist because he's had feet for his whole life. So you're either opening up an alternate universe or you're canceling a universe. Either way, this guy's feet wouldn't disappear. He would either no longer be there or he'd be okay.
But
and it bothered me.
What if he magically had prosthetic feet? Because then he's lived his whole life without feet.
That would work. But then the prosthetic feet wouldn't disappear from his from the gas pedal.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. Like they just transform his feet into prosthetic feet because he's had no feet for his entire life. So he's that
would have been fine.
Yeah, that
would have been fine. I would have been okay with it. That would have been like a crazy, like, oh my god, they cut to his feet and they're just prosthetics. It's like, yeah, but like that'd have been fun. I would have been totally on board. But I nitpicked that so hard that this entire movie, I just don't remember. I only remember that I hated that time stuff. So I need to give it another shot. That's the thing, because Rian Johnson has continued to prove that I love his stories, as long as they're his stories. Because the thing that kept him from doing Knives Out and Glass Onion is this huge thing called Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Here's the thing. I like The Last Jedi an extent. To an extent. Because, like, it's fine. It has some really beautiful moments. Like, there are some great scenes that I love. Like, Luke Skywalker projecting himself across the galaxy. Fucking awesome. Like, that's amazing. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff in it. Then there's this stupid animal stuff with Finn and Rose, and they're just, like, trying to save the animals on some random planet for no fucking deal. There's the whole cat and mouse chase scene across the galaxy of two ships that are just slowly trailing each other, and it's boring as fuck all. Like, there's a lot of dumb as well is the problem. And it's because he was handed somebody else's project, and he was like, okay, no.
JJ should have just...
JJ really should have just kept going.
But yeah, like, I understand that he wanted to be more involved with his family at the time, and that's cool. We could have... I mean, Disney obviously wasn't going to wait, but we could have. We could have waited to see what
we could have waited.
Yeah, second chapter would be like.
Even if not doing that, he could still pass it off to somebody he knew and trusted, as opposed to Rian Johnson, who...
He didn't trust him. I don't know that guy.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know their personal relationship. I don't know if the two know each other, but it felt like a very weird choice to be like, hey, here's the story I'm building up. Here's the clear 3-act structure that I have just handed you. Go ahead. Do your own thing. And Rian Johnson's like, well, my own thing is subverting expectations. That's what I'm known for. So he took everything that JJ set up and said, fuck that. I'm wiping the slate clean and blowing people's minds with Luke being evil and shit. Well, not evil, but, you know, just he's no longer the epitome of hope that he was supposed to be. Like, it's weird.
He's great.
But, like, the problem is...
Great Jedi.
It really made that whole trilogy, and someday we'll do Star Wars. Maybe next year we'll do Star Wars. But, like, when we get to Episode 8, it's very weird because it's just like... He ruined a clear 3-act structure, and then JJ kind of tried to come in and, like, reset it and, like, fix it and meld it together. And I'm just like, don't do that. Like, he's already changed how the game is told, or the story is told. Go ahead and just leap off of that with what he's been doing. But then it just all feels weird and jumbled and everything. It's because Ryan Johnson just stepped into a project that wasn't his.
Right.
But when he's doing a project that is his, that's just from his mind hole, beautiful.
Yeah.
Because he's done Knives Out in what was that, 2017? 2018? 2019?
What's 2019? I forget.
Yeah, it was 2019. He put that out, and I was blown away. I remember, we went to see it in theaters. Came out.
I thought you were talking about a movie entitled 2019. I was like, I didn't know.
No.
Was it the sequel to 2012?
Yeah. No, it's actually the trilogy for 2001. But no, Knives Out came out in 2019, and I was just fucking blown away by it because it was so well told. I enjoyed it. It's a funny,
if you're listening,
mystery film.
Mr. Ryan Johnson, if you're listening, from here on out, we're going to be appreciating these works that you made instead of complaining about the ones that you made before.
I mean, I only complained about 2. Brick and Brothers Bloom are brilliant, and Looper I want to give another shot because I know it was fun. I just got mad about the
got
time
stuck
thing.
in your mind hole.
Yeah, I got stuck in the nitpicky, and I will admit that because I've remember when even though I nitpicked it, he does establish his time rules in the film. So it's not his fault that these rules are kept. It's my fault for complaining about the rules. He establishes them. It's my fault for being like, no, your rules are wrong.
Your rules are wrong. I have to watch
it.
This isn't science.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
Your movie's not science. Did you know that?
Did you know that? Oh man, I bet he's had people complain about that already to him.
Yeah.
And but that's the thing is I will fully admit though that I'm in the wrong with that nitpick. It's just a nitpick. It's like he established it. I need to go along with it and watch it again with his rules in mind. But Last Jedi, I mean, I feel like every complaint's deserved about that one, but I'll save that for the playlist when we get there.
Okay.
But with Knives Out, let's just fucking gush because
let's do it. So, should we talk about Benoit first? Since he's the combining the combining thread, that is. Yeah, so Daniel Craig plays Southern American and his private investigator, Benoit Blanc. Quite the character. Yes. I really enjoy this character a lot.
I do too. Yeah.
And honestly, Daniel Craig's Southern accent's pretty good. Yeah.
A lot of people make fun of it, and I'm just like,
a different person,
I think it works so well.
Bit. Yeah. It's definitely a character he's putting on, and I love it, honestly. There's another movie with Adam Driver where he does a Southern accent too, and it's about robbing banks and race cars. He's
Daniel Craig's in it, you saying?
Yeah, Daniel Craig's in it. He's playing a platinum blonde trailer park guy. Yeah.
Oh man, I know what you're talking about because it's that one director. I don't know. Logan Lucky.
Okay.
Was it Logan Lucky?
Yeah, that's
Logan
what it
Lucky.
was.
Steven Soderbergh. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a fun.
I didn't watch that one actually, but that was the first time where I was like, okay, I guess he can do an American accent.
Right. I mean, a lot of people complain about it. I know I've read a lot of people who make fun of it and are like, "This is the shittiest accent I've ever seen." I'm just like, it's much fun. Man.
Yeah. Why does that matter? There's been so many fucking movies that people love where there's awful accents in there. Fake, awful accents. This is at least somewhat believable. If I didn't know what Daniel Craig actually sounded like, I could buy it.
Right. It really works for his character, too, because, Benoit always seems like he's putting on an air. He always seems that way. And it works really well for a detective character because he just walks into a room and it just feels like it's he's a presence.
Yeah.
But he's investigating. Mm-hmm. He's just leading your mind somewhere else while he's looking for the clues.
Right.
And I love it.
Yeah,
I love it so much.
It's all distraction and trying to get people to say certain things.
Right.
Pushing buttons. Literally when we meet him, he is sitting in the background of a room, and every time Keith Stanfield's character, Lieutenant Elliot, asks somebody a question and they like hesitate or something, he plucks a key. Yeah, he plucks a key on the piano in the back of the room, and they just look up and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Oh. And let's just dive into it. The bare bones of the mystery. We don't want to give too much away,
right,
of course,
because it is a mystery.
Yeah, Lakeith Stanfield. He's been called to and his partner. What's his partner?
I believe. Trooper Wagner, played by Noah Segan.
Yeah, and he's in the next one as well, which is hilarious. He was the random hippie guy on the island, Dwayne or whatever.
Was he?
Yeah. It's so funny.
That's really funny.
I kept expecting it to be Trooper Wagner, but like nothing happened with it. So I was just like, okay, that's great. I love it. Like, but no, Lakeith Stanfield is Detective Lieutenant Elliot, and him and Trooper Wagner have been called to the very famous Harlan house, or well, not Harlan. What's her last name?
Harlan. It's Thrombey.
Drysdale.
Harlan Thrombey.
Thrombey. Thank you, Thrombey.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Drysdale is Jamie Lee Curtis's husband's name.
Yeah.
Well, her name as well.
We'll get there. Yeah, they've been called there because Harlan Thrombey, the great author, really older guy, played amazingly by the beautiful Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
He's dead. And it looks like an apparent suicide, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, they think so. You know, it kind of looks like a suicide. But the whole family was gathered around, and what a family they are. Very eccentric and rich, snobby, they've all been handed a really good life. But they all refuse to believe that, too.
Yes, yeah. They all are in denial of their dependence on this money until it's taken away from them. It's so funny.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. So
yeah, you mentioned Jamie Lee Curtis. She's the eldest daughter, Linda. She's married hilariously to Nash Bridges, Don Johnson, playing Richard Drysdale.
I honestly, dude, Don Johnson, if I can say, is like the sexy Bill Engel.
Yeah, he did. I could see it. I like it. Oh man,
I thought it was Bill Engel for a second. I was like, what is he doing in this movie?
Oh man, no, I saw way too much Nash Bridges as a kid, so
I've never seen it.
I knew him immediately. Anyways, Jamie Lee Curtis and Don Johnson. I'm just gonna start forgetting the characters' names. I'm sorry, because the cast is all like A-list people, so yeah, I just immediately think of them. They have this son, Chris Evans,
Ransom. Yep.
Yeah. Hugh Ransom Drysdale.
The help has to call him Hugh. Yeah, but everybody else calls him Ransom. He's such so crazy, man. Yeah,
such an asshole. And it's kind of fun. I love watching Chris Evans in a bad boy role. Yeah. So it's really enjoyable. And he's got like the sexiest sweater on throughout the entire movie. Like, love it. So
I like his whole look. Like, obviously stuff I'd never be able to afford to wear, but...
I know, right? If only he wasn't an asshole.
Right.
If only he wasn't a ransom asshole. The next kid on the list here, the cast list, is Michael Shannon, playing the youngest son. Yeah, Walt Thrombey.
Sorry, Michael Shannon, you'll forever be General Zod to me. And it's not fair to you.
It's not. He's got so many beautiful roles. And this is one of them. I really love Walt.
Oh, Walt is great. Yeah.
He's such a good character. He walks around with a cane, even though he's like in his like 50s-ish. Like, you know, the younger son, but they're all in their adult years because, you know, Harlan was a pretty old guy, 85.
This is true.
So old that he had a nurse almost always on by. Beautifully played by Ana de Armas, playing Marta Cabrera.
Yeah, and she's great. And this is the introduction for me for her.
I think it was for me too. Yeah.
Yeah, at least where I've noticed her at the very least.
Right.
I guess see if that's true. Oh, she was in Blade Runner. She was the wife, the AI wife in Blade Runner 2049. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I did kind of forget that. Yeah. I mean, obviously she has to win an award for fucking Blonde, man. Like, it's... Blonde is so... It's still really, stuck with me.
She's really good in it, so that's amazing. For sure.
And she's really amazing in this, too. I love Marta. Her character has a fun trait, which Benoit really enjoys to exploit, which is she can't physically tell a lie. If she lies, she vomits. It's just a reaction.
Yeah, and when it first happens in front of Benoit, he was like, "Oh, I thought it was just figurative. Oh,
this is so sorry." I'm so sorry. No, it's great. He kind of starts making her into a bit of a detective too, because he really likes having Watson characters. We're finding out.
Yeah, but I thought she was gonna be in the next movie for some reason.
Nah, yeah, I know. I was really kind of hoping that too, but no. But she does make a fun Watson, because I will say that she. It's really hard to say. I mean, expectations are subverted very early around this character. I will say. To continue to use that phrase. And she's trying to hide information at the same time, because like even though he's taken her on as his Watson, because mainly she can't lie, she'll vomit if she does, and that's really fun for him. Yeah, even though he doesn't admit it, it's fun for Benoit. He's just like, this makes my job so much easier.
This is interesting.
But he really does like Marta. He really enjoys her presence, because the family are wacky nut job people.
Right.
But Marta, is like the only real, like, sane person there.
Right. It was very much a friend to Harlan rather than a nurse. Yeah. And the rest of the family is like, she's part of the family, but they still treat her like a servant.
The help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, at one point, oh my God, it's like probably the most racist scene, but obviously it's just to make a point. Like, so she's also, there's like a running joke through it that she's from several different Latin American countries, but she's supposed to be Brazilian, I guess, when I looked it up. But
oh my God,
Don Johnson calls her over and he's like, Marta, your family's from Paraguay, right? But you did it right. You did it legally. Yeah, and they're like, they're arguing about immigration. And then he hands her his cake plate. He just, not even looking at her, he just hands it to her. And she takes it. And that's some bullshit.
It's so awful, yeah. I mean, she's just like, this fucking family, man. Like, she just wants to get out at the same time. There are other family members still. The beautiful Toni Collette as Joni Thromby. She's, I didn't even realize. I honestly never, can catch what her relationship to the family was. But I found on Wikipedia here that she's the widow of Harlan's deceased son, Neil.
That's right.
I never knew that.
There's
so much to this story that you have to, you get so much more with every watch.
Right, that's true. That's probably the third time I've watched it.
Yeah, I think it is my third time, too. And, every single piece of dialogue is important for both films, for this and Glass Onion. It's really ridiculous. This is the kind of stuff I want Rian Johnson focusing on. I assume my opinion on it was The Last Jedi. He was just like, oh, couple millions, huh? This will fund some really good movies down the line. It was the one for me, one for them kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where, he was just he was thinking of this when he saw that, and
maybe.
I hope he's now made the money that he doesn't need to do that again and can just focus on these projects, because I don't know, it's fucking brilliant. Anyways, Joni does have a daughter.
That's right.
What was it?
I was gonna say that I feel like she's probably the last really important Thromby to talk about.
Meg, Joni's daughter Meg, played by Catherine Langford, who is kind of like a friend to Ana de Armas until everything starts going down with
it's
the family.
Kind of sad, really.
It is kind of sad, yeah.
But she takes it back. Yeah. She does.
But at the same time, you're like, she takes it back, but I'm kind of the opinion that it's you apologize, but you're still a bitch.
What? We should mention Addie Patterson as Fran. She's the housekeeper. She scores Meg and Marta weed sometimes, or at least in this movie. I think it's just because Harlan's gone. And then also Frank Oz is in it.
Yeah, we gotta mention that. There is one more family member I forgot about. The crazy right-wing nut job masturbating in the bathroom son.
Jacob, right?
No. Jacob Thromby, yeah.
Is that right?
Jaden Martell.
Yeah,
it is, yeah.
Yep. He's jerking off to, like, dead deer or something is what
but that's
Don Johnson
yeah, that's right. Yeah, the dead deer. I think that was it. That's what they kept joking about. It's so weird. But yeah, that's the family. They're crazy. They're eccentric. Harlan, Christopher Plummer, is dead. Is it a suicide? That's what they think until Benoit Blanc comes in and is like, nope.
Somebody here killed this man.
Yeah, something happened. There's a crazy mystery afoot, and he's going to solve it. And it's hilarious watching him try to do so.
Yep.
Everything is like it. Again, I hate using that subverting expectations all the damn time, but like it really works for a mystery like this because you think that like, oh, I know this now. You know, like he Rian Johnson will reveal something, and you're just like, oh, we're getting it out of the way this early. Okay, that's kind of cool. No, it's still gonna go on. The mystery is still just unraveling. Mm-hmm. You know, you think you have the answer up front and you're just wrong. You're in for a ride, and it's just like there's so much more to it. And it's so much fun to watch happen. I don't know. I'm ready to say that I give it 4 fucking stars.
Yeah, good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I give it a face and a half. I do really enjoy this movie. When we were going to watch this for the review, I was like, man, I've seen this movie a couple times. Do I really want to watch it again? And I was kind of dreading it a little bit. But I turned it on, and I was intending to play Civ with Sarah at the same time. I never turned on the computer. I was just drawn into the movie immediately, having a good time, laughing. And I was like, that's why I saw it a second time. That's why I bought the DVD and gave it to my mom, because it's a fucking fun movie.
Yeah, it's really fun, really man. Good. It's so enjoyable. And before we go on to Glass Onion, allow us to just say that we love you all, patrons.
That's right.
Well, we love everybody, not just the patrons. But we love our patrons so near and dear to us. Yeah, it's true. We do kind of like them a lot more. And if you want to become a patron, you can head on down to patreon.com/greenandfaceless and check out our tiers. And then we might love you even more than we already do.
That's right.
Which is a lot. We love you a lot, but...
We do love you a lot.
We have favorite children, and they're our patrons.
Yeah. They're the real couch potatoes. So come on down and figure it out.
They get the high quality cool in their stocking, whereas you just get the like chalky stuff.
Yeah, they got the efficient burn. You know? Yeah. It's gonna last them all day. You got like 5-hour coal. That's what you get.
Ha-ha.
Bitches. Oh man!
I mean, potatoes.
Yeah, okay. I love you, couch potatoes. Let's take a soda pop break.
Indeed. I love you. Alrighty.
So we're back.
We are. Yeah, we're wetted our lips.
I do want to say I'm really sorry, everybody. I didn't mean to insult you.
Feeling some guilt
for sending us your love and your views. Just
I could see it on his faceless face.
On my faceless face, I'm very upset. Yeah. There's psionic tears falling down.
It's really weird how they just rise to the surface and then just fall.
Right from the center of the forehead.
Yeah, it's just wrong. You gotta work on it. There's gotta be an upgrade coming soon or something. Alrighty, let's get into Glass Onion here. Let's peel away the layers of the glass onion. We got another rich fuck, guys.
So many layers. Yeah, do you think it'll always be a rich person mystery that he comes into?
I'm not sure. Like, it'd be kind of fun. Like, I don't want to just say that this is all Rian Johnson should do because I don't want that to be the case. But, like, I really do like seeing this, like, original detective franchise being built It's really exciting. So I wouldn't mind if, because he has a second Netflix special coming. They bought 2 standalone sequels, so there will be a third one. And I really wouldn't mind if this third one is like the last of the rich guy trilogy. You know, it's like he solved 3 rich person family mystery things. Like, that'd be fun. I'd be okay with that. And then he moves on to either other projects or to another Benoit Blanc idea. You know, it'd be fun. But our rich guy here is Miles Braun, played by Edward Norton.
Yep.
I didn't look up the cast list beforehand. I didn't watch a trailer on this beforehand, so I was just like enjoying all these famous faces coming my way. Like, and Edward Norton's was hilarious. Like,
it was. So the plot of this film actually takes place during the pandemic. That's right. Is something very interesting about it. And Benoit Blanc, just to get this out of the way, was like bored out of his fucking mind, and his friends try to play Among Us with him, and he just can't fucking do it.
He sucks.
It's like, we knew you were the traitor. Everybody saw you do this.
I don't know what you're talking about. I swear.
It's like,
and he's playing in the bathroom too, which is even more funny.
He just
spends all of his days in the bathtub.
Hugh Grant's name is Philip, and he may be Benoit Blanc's partner. Like,
I think they announced that is like Benoit Blanc is gay. And I'm like, cool. Hell yes.
Well,
that makes me love this character even more.
Right. Apparently, these friends that were trying to cheer up Benoit, Philip had told them that he's been in and out of the bath all week. And
oh, man.
And he knocks on the door at some point. He's like, "Are you in the bath again?"
I think one of those friends wasn't it Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Like, I feel like that was one of his friends.
They were famous people, but I think one was Stephen Sondheim.
That's what I'm reading, but I don't know. There's so many different cameos that I can't remember who was all his friends on the... there's a lot of big cameos in this movie. But, I think 2 of the friends were Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Stephen Sondheim.
That's hilarious. So funny. I think Serena Williams was one of them.
No, she's later on, because it's there's a scene where Benoit and one of Janelle Monáe's character, they're in a room together and they're talking the mystery, and on the screen in the background is Serena Williams, and then she turns around and she's like, "You guys are paying a lot for this session. Are you gonna like do anything?" And it just like look at her like,
right.
"We thought you were a projection."
Yeah.
Like, they're so confused.
That's right. Serena was like, "Do you guys want to train or what?"
Yeah. I cost quite a lot to be here, you know. That's ridiculous. Okay. Daniel Craig, while he's in the bathtub, he gets a box, a strange mystery box, and a lot of other people get this box. Those people are friends of Miles Braun, or related in some way to Miles Braun. Not actually like familially related, but just like
they all him. I think went to the same
bar together.
But I think they were also all there for like graduate school or something, and they met at this bar called the Glass Onion.
Yeah, and they were all brought there by Andy Brand, Janelle Monáe's character, who kind of befriended them all and like saw potential in all of them, even though like she was just like, not like potential like I can make money off of them, but like these are like my friends are all talented people whom I could definitely help become something else, because she also is very talented at, and she's just smart in general. Yeah. She's a good business person, really. But she brings Miles Braun in there, and Miles Braun is like very charismatic. They all kind of like him at first. And then he just becomes super fucking famous. Right. When he takes an idea of Andy Brand's, Janelle Monáe's character, and runs with it.
The claim is that they came up with it together. And, there's a whole thing with a napkin and
he wrote this big idea down.
Yeah. It's all part of the mystery.
and the head scientist of Miles Braun's new company, once this big idea takes off and he becomes a huge billionaire kind of person, is Lionel Toussaint, played by Leslie Odom Jr. I know I've seen him in a lot of things, but he'll always be Aaron Burr from Hamilton.
Right, yeah.
I listen to that a lot, so I loved him in that. That was also my first appearance, I think, with knowing Leslie Odom Jr. was from Hamilton. Since then, he's been in a lot of things, but
Kate Hudson is in this movie. Yeah. Her name is Birdie J. She's she's either a model or an actor or both.
She was a model turned designer, fashion designer.
She turned fashion designer after she got in big trouble. And because
she's very politically incorrect.
Yes, and I think the last one is Dave Bautista's Duke Cody.
Duke Cody, yeah,
and he is he's trying to be a YouTube influencer, but he's also like deep into this like super masculinity stuff, and it's funny like. He's recording and his mom's like, I made some cookies or something. And he comes out there and he yells at her. Yeah, he's like, Mom, we're recording. What the hell? And she smacks him. Jackie Hoffman just smacks him. And that was one of the best parts for me.
Yeah, it's great. I'm enjoying the depth coming from Dave Bautista. Because Drax is obviously like a very one-note comedy character. It works. It's very funny. But at the same time, it's just like, it is very much its own thing. I am dumb, basically. Mm-hmm. And it's good. He makes it work. Then you have his character in Blade Runner 2049, where it's like, it's a very small role, but it's very mature, very grounded, like really good. And then you've got Duke Cody, who is hilarious, intimidating, and like definitely like this crazy like right-wing nut job.
Yeah.
Men's rights activist.
Yes, he's a men's rights. So stupid.
He's just ridiculous.
It's like it's such a good character though. It's really surprising.
Such a dude, bro.
I told Sarah this when we were watching it. It's like, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was not the first celebrity wrestler to become an actor by far.
No.
But he's the first one that I feel like he's almost more famous for being an actor than he is for his wrestling. Dave Bautista is kind of getting there, but damn, I think he can act circles around The Rock. And I not to say The Rock is bad. I think he does a very good job. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep on hiring him.
It's just The Rock really only has like two things he can do. He's like macho man action star or very like intimidating but nice gentle individual. Yes. Like smiley like I can do this for you.
Right.
Like
Dave Bautista, he's got some layers, and I think that's because he is very naturally a softly spoken person, so he just seems kind of down to earth.
Yeah, he's the only thing that makes me excited about M. Night Shyamalan's next film, which comes out in January.
Oh, really? Okay.
I can't remember what it's called. It's like Knock at the Door or Knock at the Cabin or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. The trailer seems like it gives everything away, so I don't recommend looking it up. But I mean, I assume it doesn't. It's M. Night. Like, obviously there'll be a twist for the trailer, but like, he's the only thing from the trailer that I'm like, yeah. Like, I want to see you, Dave Bautista. I love
Dave Bautista in the M. Night Shyamalan mix. That sounds interesting.
Yeah. It sounds very fun. There is one more friend. There's Claire DeBella, who is the governor of Connecticut, now running for the United States Senate, played by Catherine Hahn.
Catherine Hahn.
Oh my God.
Always good. She's definitely more
what a cast, man.
Of the what I want to say, she's less of the snooty character that she gets to play very often, and more of like the powerful house mom character.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because she's been in a lot of stuff, but like Agatha Harkness from WandaVision, and then I was just like, that was like, I feel like that was where I just like was like, oh, okay, I know this person now, and now I've just seen her in a lot of shit. So
she's
like, okay, everything. You've been in everything.
I mean, yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
she's been around for sure. There
there are other individuals on the island too.
Right.
We've mentioned Daryl already. That was the crazy weird guy who's just living on the isle.
Noah Segan's other character, apparently.
Yeah. It's so funny. Like, I didn't recognize him. It was just when I was writing the names down, I was like, Noah Segan. Wait, I wrote that on the last page. And I was like, wait, who was he in that movie? And I was like, oh, Trooper Daryl. Oh, no, did I just spoil... Oh, not Trooper Daryl, but Trooper whatever. Yeah. I thought I had spoiled something for myself. Yeah, Trooper Daryl. Thankfully, I hadn't. Everything was still crazy and wild to me. Who else is there?
So there's two other characters that I think are important to mention. There's Jessica Henwick playing Peg.
Oh my god,
she's
another one that's been everything since I recognize her.
Yeah,
Iron Fist, and it's just taken off.
Just taken off. That's for sure. And the last thing was Matrix. I think that I saw.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
She plays the PR person for Birdie J. And then we also have Whiskey, played by Madeline Klein. And she is, I believe, Duke's wife. I believe they're married.
Girlfriend.
They're girlfriend, boyfriend? Okay. But she is also, just to give a little intrigue, having an affair with Edward Norton. So what's intriguing about this mystery to Benoit Blanc is that Miles Braun didn't invite him. Somebody else did. Also, Daniel Craig is like, Mr. Braun, you invited all these people over and they all have good reason to kill you.
Right. He's like, why would you do this?
And then you're going to make them do a murder mystery party? What is you thinking?
Yeah, that's the big thing is Miles Braun is very much a fan of like puzzles and everything.
Yeah.
So he like the whole box that he sent was a big puzzle box and everything, and they had to work it out and figure it out, and it led them to the island. But inside was a card that says, "Come to to my dinner where I'm going to be murdered, or to solve my murder, and that's what intrigues Benoit because at the beginning that's what intrigues Benoit is he hasn't done shit. Pandemic's been going on. He's getting bored out of his mind.
He's so happy for the opportunity. He keeps on
I get to solve a billionaire's mystery. This is fun.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and
there's so many funny things that happen.
Yeah, there's so much, and this one's really hard to talk about because a lot of what is laid out up front is completely different by the time you get to the end because there's a lot of Easter eggs in this movie. By the second
act, really? Like, oh my god, yeah. So it does, I will say it does the thing that movies do sometimes where, vantage point, for example, they have the different perspectives. Yeah. That's what happens in this film. And it's nice. It really reveal. I guess they did that a little bit in Knives Out.
Sometimes, yeah.
But this it was more pronounced. Like, it's just a completely different angle on the story.
And normally I would hate that because normally it bothers me when a mystery deliberately withholds information so I can't solve it. Mm. But here it was the exact opposite. I loved how everything was being unraveled because it was just again, the movie's called Glass Onion. It was like peeling away these layers. That's right. And it was so enjoyable.
The metaphor that Benoit puts for the glass onion. It really is the core of the whole fucking story, too. Yeah. Because, I don't want to say it exactly because I also don't remember it exactly. But it just really points to the solution of the whole thing. And it's hilarious at the same time.
It's fabulous.
By the time you get to the end of this mystery, you're laughing.
And it's so well told because, things will happen. For instance, there's a moment right before the end of the first act where Benoit is standing over a character and he has a tear coming out of his eye. And in that moment, I thought, whoa, that's very weird. Why would he be crying at this moment? I was so thrown off. Uh-huh. And then the next 10 minutes are a flashback that explain that. And like halfway through the flashback, I'm like, oh my God, like so much has been revealed. I understand the tear now. Oh man, this is crazy. And then cut forward to like 10 more minutes where even that emotion was subverted.
Yeah.
You know, because you find out that the tear is completely different.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God, like what is happening with this story? Like,
yeah,
it's so fucking well done.
It is very well done. I think closing statements, if I may, I think we might be there.
For sure.
I think that Knives Out is a little bit more well put together, more well told.
Right.
Than this one, but this one was a lot of fun and a great diversion, which is what Benoit Blanc was looking for. And
right.
I kind of, while I really laughed at the ending and when he solves the murder and stuff, I also was a little disappointed.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to
It feels
really
too
go
obvious
into that.
at times.
Yeah, it feels too obvious. But then Janelle Monáe has the fucking best moment in the movie.
Oh, man. For real.
It's so good.
I love that finale with what her character does. So fucking good. Janelle Monáe really, like, wowed me in this because, it's weird. I don't know if I've seen her act. Like, what else she's acted in? I know I have.
But she is very talented
her music is what I know her for, of course. Like, I love her music. Hold on a second. Let me quickly dive through her Hidden Figures. Okay, I did see her in Hidden Figures. I remember that now. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
But that's it. Hidden Figures in this. And so far, like, I remember loving her in Hidden Figures. Now that I remember that she was in that. I do remember quite enjoying her performance. But in this, she's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, Benoit Blanc is an amazing centerpiece for both of these mysteries. He is way outdone by Janelle Monáe here. She really killed it.
Yeah, she is, we'll say, the leading lady in this, where Ana de Armas was in the other.
Right. But she's his Watson for this at times.
Yeah, that's at times. And I feel like Ana de Armas and Daniel Craig they kind of felt at the same level. Like, both characters felt very important to the plot. I think also what's a little bit different about these two movies is that Anna definitely feels like the protagonist. Marta does, rather, in Knives Out, where Benoit is definitely the protagonist here.
Yeah, and it's everybody is so enjoyable. I really enjoy all the acting. I will give it 4 stars. I agree with you. The first one is just slightly better than this one. You know, I've seen a lot of people, you know, do the hand thing where this is where Knives Out is, and Glass Onion is right below it, and it's just like both the hands are touching, and it's just like the exact same level. It's just slightly below.
Yeah, I can agree with that almost. Yeah,
I'm really excited for where this whole franchise is going. Yeah, there's other big cameos that were in there. Like, we already mentioned Hugh Grant as Benoit's domestic partner. There's also Ethan Hunt. When they get to the island, Ethan Hunt comes out and shoots a spray into everybody's mouth.
Oh, wasn't that Ethan Hawke?
Ethan Hawke, sorry. Yeah, Ethan Hawke. It was so funny because
it was hilarious. I was like, why is he here? I thought he
was going to be in the rest of the movie.
Yeah, I thought maybe he was going to be like the secret killer or something like that. Yeah.
He's just gone. He just shoots a spray in everyone's mouth and walks away.
It cures them and protects them from COVID.
Yeah. Billionaires, man. They got all the cool shit. I really enjoy everything. Definitely check them both out. Glass Onion's on Netflix. Knives Out, you'll have to find it. Yeah. It's somewhere.
Yeah. I had to rent it.
Or just buy it.
It's worth buying it. I'll say that. If I didn't say, I give a big old full face to Glass Onion. If I watch it again, it might rise up to a face and a half, but I'm going to reserve it for that second watch because it's getting one. It's getting one, that's for sure. So, Knives Out wins, but it's a close call. You go decide for yourself. Is that our show?
That has been the show. I don't remember how I did it. I am the Green Traveler from Gorsh.
And I am the Faceless Leon. Safe travels and good night. Green and Faceless on the Couch is a proud production of FictionWorks 19. Are you a fan of the show? Feel free to contact us at greenandfacelessfans@gmail.com or visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/greenandfaceless. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, or rate us on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much for listening.